This is Mauntas and Meraz. Welcome to another tutorial of AutoCAD. Okay, today we're going to talk about AutoCAD and all the features it had. And this is our user interface of our AutoCAD. If in here, if we see, we can see this is our home place, and here we can see we can open a file or open a sheet. Okay, the sheet means sometimes we need to PDF our drawings. Okay, that is our sheet. Okay, the templates and features we'll talk about a lot of things in our later tutorial. So today we'll talk about the basic things of AutoCAD. Here you can see we have a plus button, or you can see a new button here. By pressing here or here, we can create a new drawing. Okay, so if we hover your mouse here, you can see new drawing, or if you hover your mouse here, you can also see the new drawing. Okay, so I'm selecting the plus sign from here, so it will open a new drawing. And now you can say what is the difference for between pressing this plus button and opening drawing and pressing this new drawing. So if you select this new drawing, you will have a option to choose the templates. Okay, that you can choose the templates in which templates you want it to work. But if we select this plus button, the template is already selected. Okay, so that's the difference in between here. So we have opened our drawing. So in our AutoCAD, we have uh, some of the things, like in our drawing tools we can select, we can draw a line. So by selecting this line tool, we can draw line. So here we have placed one point, then we place another point. Like this way we can draw a lot of lines here. Okay, so this way we have drawn our lines. But here some of the things, let me tell you. By if you don't want to click this line tool, but you wanted some of the shortcuts. Okay, so some of the shortcuts, like for drawing a line tool, if you press L on your keyboard, you can press the line tool. Then you don't have to select the inter tool. Okay, if you select the inter tools, or if you select the space tools, both are equivalent in AutoCAD. So you can select in inter or space, both works here. Okay, let me show you. So here I am selecting pressing L from our keyboard. So I'm pressing L from our keyboard. Now you can see all the possible features are shown here. So which one you want to select? So as we want to select the line tool, so in the first one, now you can select the space tool from space. You can press space from your keyboard or enter. So I prefer pressing space. So I'm pressing space from our keyboard. Now the line tool has been selected. You can see I can draw any kind of lines. Okay, so if you press escape from your keyboard, escape, so you exit the mode. Okay, so pressing escape from your keyboard, you exit it. Okay, now another thing is here, the dimension thing. Okay, for that let me draw a line tool from here. So I'm selected a line. So I'm selected a line from here, and let me draw a line of, so here it is showing I can give dimension. So I'm giving a dimension of 5 units from here. So now enter. So I have drawn a line of 5 units, so I'm skipping it. So I have drawn a line of 5 units. So let me dimension it. So here is our dimension portion, our annotation portion, or you can go to annotation portion. Here you can get all the same features here also. So in our annotation portion, so I'm selecting the linear dimension. So I'm selecting the linear dimension. Now I'm selecting these 2 points. So after selecting this 2 point, so here if we hover on my mouse, it is almost like 4.9 units. Okay, so let me draw a dimension of 5 units. I want to show one thing to you. So that's why I am drawing a line of 5 units. Okay, line of 5 units. Okay, let me dimension it again. So I am dimensioning it again. So it is 5 units. Okay, so you can see this has a dimension of 5 units. Now in AutoCAD, suppose if you double click this dimension and change the text. Okay, let me zoom it here, double clicking this dimension and change the text to, suppose I have made this 12 unit. Okay, make it 12 unit. But here you can see after making it 12 unit, but the line is like 5 minutes. Okay, if you again place the dimension from here to here, you can see it is 5 minutes. You have just changed the text. Okay, you have just changed the text but not the dimension. The main dimension has been is 5 units. So if we need to actually change the existing dimension of of a part or a drawing, so how can we change it? So that's the time we have the this scale features. Okay, you can use this scale feature by pressing SC from your keyboard, or you can press it here and use it. So suppose we wanted to make this 5 unit drawing to a 30 unit drawing. Okay, 30 unit drawing. So we need to scale it up to 6 times. Okay, so this way we can redimension our features. So not being a confusion, so let me delete our this dimension. Okay, I have deleted this dimension. So let's scale it to 30 units. So I'm selecting the scale to from here. Now it is saying select an object. So which object I want to scale it? So I am selecting this object. Now press space from your keyboard. Now specify base point from what you want to start from. So I want to start from this point, and how much time you want to scale it. So the specify the factor of scales. Here you say I want to scale it up to 6 time. Okay, I want to up to 6 time. Okay, we have scale it to up to 6 time. Now this time if we dimension it again, so I'm selecting this line, dimension here, and specifying our first point is here, and specifying our second point here, and now again dimension it. So if we zoom it this dimension, we can see now it's become a 30 unit line. So this way we can change the dimension of an existing drawing. Okay, so our first portion has been done, our line tool. So now it's time for, we have completed our line tool. Now it's time for our polyline tool. So what does a polyline do? So we can draw, suppose we are drawing a line here, then another line here, but we need to draw another continuous line and draw another arc. Okay, so all of the features line and arc are combined in the polyline tools. Okay, so let me specify another things after clicking the polyline tool. Okay, after clicking the polyline tool, you can see here I have selected the polyline tool. So it specify a starting point. Here you can see it is saying specify a starting point. So now we will talk about this portion now. So what this features does. Okay, so let me specify a starting point. So I have specified a starting point. Now I have drawn a line here, another line here, and another line like this way here. Okay, now it's time for, I need to draw a arc. Okay, a round shape arc. And if we want to draw a round shape arc, here we can see for drawing a arc you can see this blue color text. Here it is written arc, but the A is written in blue color. So if we press A from our keyboard and just then press space, then with the arc command will be enabled. So let's go back to our sketch again. Okay, so I'm pressing A from my keyboard. Okay, now press space from your keyboard. So now you can see our this drawing has become an arc. Okay, now we can draw a lot of arc here. What if we again wanted to draw our line tool from here? So if we go back to in here, you can see there is another command of line. Okay, so if you press the line from here, L from here. Okay, I'm pressing the L from my keyboard. Now space. So I have enabled the line tool again. So you can see I have enabled the line tool. So another thing is, if you have done a mistake and you want to undo it, you can press U from your keyboard. Now press space. Now press U from your keyboard, then space. Okay, in this way you can select U from as long as you want to go back. Okay, now it's time we have another features that is called wide. We have shown this undo features, the U features. Then another thing is called the wide features. Okay, the wide and half wide almost do the same things. Let me show one of them. Okay, So suppose you want to this line is quite thin, you want to thicken, you want to draw a quite a uh, big line, okay, that we say better width of the line. So if I press W, then press enter or space from my keyboard, then specify a starting point. So I am specifying starting point, then specify an ending point. Now you can see I am drawing a line that wide is quite larger than before. So this thing is been done by a half wide and wide tool. They do the same thing here. Then we have another tool that is called close. So if you want to close our feature, we can press C, or we can use, okay, we can press C, then press space, it will close, or we can use the escape button from a keyboard. Both works. So let me undo all the things. Okay. Then if we wanted to talk about okay, let me show a polylines. So quick polylines, we can draw like this way, okay. Then if you want to draw a arc, we can press A, then space, then we have drawn a arc here, okay. All the line has been drawn. Like this way we have completed our two portion. One is line tool and another is polyline tool. Then it's time for our circle tool, okay. Circle, you know about the circle. I know that circle means you have to draw, select a origin of the point, then specify a radius, then draw a circle, okay. So for that we have a lot of types of circle here. So first of all we're going to go through the center radius circle, okay. In the center radius circle you have to specify a center point, okay. Then you have to specify the radius. So if you hover your mouse, you can specify radius, or you can type a dimension from a keyboard, like I want to draw a dimension of 7 radius, then press space, so it will draw a 7 radius circle, okay. So it have drawn a 7 radius circle. So now we can, if we go back here, suppose that we need to draw a center diameter circle. So if we specify 2 points, you can see this circle is specifying is total the distance. That time I have specified the radius, this time I can specify the, suppose that I am pressing 7, this 7 is means by the diameter of the circle, okay. You can see this is a 7 dia circle, okay. The dia symbol is like this one, and this is 7 radius circle, okay. The difference is from the two circle, okay. Now go back to that, we have another type of circle that is called 2-point circle. 2-point circle means suppose I wanted to draw a circle between 2 points, like this one is point this one, another point is this one, okay. This is called 2-point circle, okay. Now if we go back to our third one, fourth one, the 3-point circle. 3-point circle is like quite similar one. We have to specify our radiation point. Now we can specify our third point. This is our 3-point circle. So these things are quite easy. If you go through them one by one, you can get them in at a time. So that is tangent radius means tangent radius. So you have to specify 2 tangent. So I have to specify 2 tangent point and a radius here, okay, to draw this circle. So let me again select the 10 radius circle, okay. So I have to specify one tangent point here and specify the radius, okay. I have to specify radius to 5. I think okay, first point we have specified the first point of the object, okay. Then specify the second point of the object. Now specify the radius of the object, okay. As first point we have selected this one, then second point we have selected this circle, then we have given a radius, then we have drawn the circle. Then third portion is our tangent circle. Suppose I want to draw in this tangent circle, I want to draw a circle that touches all these 3 points, okay. That is means this is tangent along this line and this line and this line, okay. This is called tangent circle. So I am selecting the tangent circle here. So let me zoom it here a little, forget. So I am selecting one point here and specifying second point here and specifying the third point here. So you have seen we have drawn a tangent circle. So in this way you can draw all the circles in your AutoCADs. There are a lot of features. Then if we talk about the arcs, okay, arcs also do the same things, like they are also have a lot of features. I only show a 3-point arcs, okay. So there is, like, you specify the origin, then you specify the radius, then you specify how much distance it will cover. Okay, it is a 3-point circle. In a similar way there are a lot of arcs, so I'm letting you to go through all of this, okay. Then it's come for our rectangle, okay. In our rectangle, it is our corner rectangle. So in our corner rectangle we have to specify 1 point, then another point, we have to specify another point. Suppose you want to draw a custom rectangle, so how are you going to draw? So we have already specified 1 point in our drawing board, okay. So now if you press the tab button from your keyboard, okay, you can see I'm pressing tab button from my keyboard. I can change the side of the dimension, okay. I wanted this circle to be 10 diameter, 10 unit distance in the horizontal, okay. Then I'm pressing 10, the tab unit. Then I want it to be a 7 unit vertical height, okay. I'm pressing the 7. Now you can see we have a rectangle of 10 by 7, okay. Now press space, okay. So we have drawn our this rectangle, okay. We have to draw sometimes polygons. So polygons means there are a lot of things. There may be pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, hexagon, okay, a lot of. So if you want to draw a lot of that kind of drawing, so we need to have to first specify number of sides, okay. As you can see, a hexagon has a number of sides of 6, okay. Then a heptagon has a number of side of 7, okay. So let's draw a heptagon. So we have a number of side of 7. Now press space from a keyboard. Now we have to specify a point, so I am specifying this point. So we want to draw a inscribed in circle or circumference in circle. You know about that, what is inscribed in circle? So inscribed in circle means suppose we have drawn a portion, okay, here and here. Then so you can see sometimes we have a circle outside of that portion or circle inside of this portion. So those are the things are called circumference and inscribed circle, okay. So here we're going to draw a circumference circle, okay. So we have drawn a heptagon, okay. So our heptagon has been drawn. So in this way you can draw a lot of polygons like you want. Then we comes to an oval type. When we need to draw a parabola or ellipse, that time we use this kind of features. So they are common, like center to axis. So I'm selecting the first one. So I'm drawing specifying the center point, and specifying the one of the major axis. Then I'm specifying the minor axis, okay. If you read about the ellipse, okay, this side is called major axis, okay, and that side is called minor axis, okay. So this way you can draw a ellipse or ellipse, or here we can say we have a lot of things like ellipse, and other things. Then let me show you the things. Here we have a hatch. So what does a hatch does, okay. We've always seen in AutoCAD drawing, but if you see a cross-section drawing of a building or many other things, you'll see in those kind of buildings there is like some building cross-section are showing that there are concrete, okay, there are metal, or there are bricks, okay. They show there are bricks there. So how they do this kind of hatches? These are called the hatches. This brick cross section, this concrete cross section, those are called the hatches in here. So how we'll gonna draw those kind of hatches? Okay, for that we let me draw another rectangle for that. Okay, so I'm selecting a rectangle from here. So I'm selecting a rectangle from here and drawing a corner rectangle like this one. Okay, we have drawn a corner rectangle like this one. Now I want to apply a hatch in here. Okay, I want to apply a brick hatch. Okay, like a brick hatch that we see in our regular day-to-day life, like a brick hatch like this here. For that I am going to select this hatch option. Okay, hatch option from here, and here is a lot of kind of hatch things. So you can draw a lot of kind of hatch. You can hover your mouse and select a lot of kind of hatch here from. So if you, after going to the hatch option, if you hover your mouse to any confined drawing, okay, you can see it is specifying okay, if you hover your mouse, it is specifying the hatches. So I want to draw a hatches in this portion. Okay, I'm then clicking here. Okay, our object has been selected here. Now I want to change the hatch type. So I'm pressing here and changing the hatch type like bricks. Okay, hatch type like bricks. So here another things we have to we have scale feature, scale. Okay, if you want to zoom it brick a little more or zoom out a brick a little more, we can do here how we want to show the our hatches. Then another thing is angle. Okay, angle means how much angle or rotation angle our hatches wanted to be. We want it to be. Then transparent. Sometimes we need to transparent our brick hatches or other concrete hatches so that it doesn't overlap our main drawing. Okay. In this way, we can use this scale tool, then use this angle tool, and this has transparency. Okay. So our hatches tool has been done. Now if you press here the close hatch creation, then your hatch has been created. So our hatch has been created. So next we have some other tools, like we have tools called move tools. Okay, so I'm selecting the move tools from here, and after selecting these move tools, now it is specifying select an object. So which object do you want to move? So suppose that we want to move this uh, elliptical or ellipse. So I'm selecting this elliptical ellipse, then press the space button from your keyboard. So I'm pressing space button from my keyboard. Now it is saying specific point from what you want to move. Okay, I want to move it here from here. Okay, okay, now let's make it a little more fun. Okay, let me specify some of the things. If you press a point and then you hover your mouse from right to left. Okay, let me show you. If you press a point and then if you press a point, then hover your mouse from right to left, and all the portion it is touching by touched by this rectangle is been selected. Okay, this is our selection. But if you again if you go here again, if you press a point and if you press a point and go from left to right, okay, go from left to right. Suppose here I am selecting a portion here, and going from left to right, and you can see all the portion that is inside the rectangle has been selected. So these are the two selection method you will get in AutoCAD. Okay, then if you want to unselect a portion, then you have to select if you want to unselect a portion, then you have to do shift select it. Okay, that will be unselected. Okay, let me show you. So if you press shift, then hover your mouse, click and hover your mouse, it will unselect a drawing. So in this way you can use a shift select to unselect a drawing. Okay, so for making this a lot of fun, okay, let me specify another things here. Okay, now we want to suppose that we want to let's use the move tools. Okay, I'm using, okay, let's use the move tools. So I'm using the move tools and moving this circle Now pressing space, I have selected this and moving the circle here. Okay, let me play a little game like that. We want to move this select the circle and move this into in here. Okay, so we'll how will we do that? So for that I am selecting the move tool from here and I am selecting this circle. Now pressing this space from keyboard. I want to specify in this point to this circle. So I'm selecting this ball and pressing this here. So I have situated this quite easily. But sometime, suppose you are selecting the move tools. Okay, I'm selecting the move tools, and the ball is placed in the previous place. But I wanted to place it in this middle portion, but it won't be happening. That time, if you hover your mouse in here, okay, in here you'll see a lot of things. Okay, let me show you. If you hover your mouse here, you can see this is the portion, all the portion you can select it for. Select from. Suppose I have unselected this middle point, okay, center point and some of the points here. Okay, I have selected only the end point. Okay, I've selected only the end point and deselected all the portion. Now this time if I try to move this tools, okay, if I wanted to move this circle here, okay, you can see the I cannot lock it. It's only if I wanted to move it here, but it's only locking these end points. So to get rid of this kind of trouble, okay, you have to check that uh, is your all the selection point has been selected. Okay, so you have to check that is all of your selection point has been selected. Okay, in this way you can select a portion, and all the portion in the AutoCAD has a shortcut features. Like if you select M from your keyboard, it will specify move tools. Okay, and from keyboard now you can select and hover you to your middle point. Okay, this way you can place all the object. Now it's time for copy tool. Okay, so suppose we wanted to place these polygons into our this kind of concrete or brick platform, but we again need to draw another brick platform for that and do the things again. But if you use the copy tool here, we don't have to draw the same thing again and again. We can use our previous features again. So this time I am going to select this hatch portion. Then I'm going to select the copy tool. Then I specify base point. I want to copy from this midpoint, and I am placing a copy here. So if you want, you can draw a lot of copy, okay, one after another until you have completed. So the shortcut for the copy tool is CO. Okay, is the shortcut tools for the copy tool. Okay, so I now wanted to place this one to here. Okay, so I'll going to use the copy tool for it. So I'm pressing a CO for my keyboard. Now press space. Now I want to specify the object, so I want to copy this object. So I have selected this object. Now press the space from your keyboard. So now select this object and place it in here. So I have placed my object here. Okay, now pressing escape from my keyboard. Okay, I press escape from my keyboard. Now it's time for if we talk about the stretch tool. Okay, the stretch tool. Suppose that our we need to draw a bigger platform. Suppose we need a bigger platform, okay, for all the object to be placed in here. Okay, to be placed in here we need a bigger platform. So for that we don't want to draw the platform again. That time we use the stress features. Okay, that time we use the stress features. So how does the stress features work? So we need to stress only this portion of the drawing. So we'll select from right to left. Okay, we'll select from what? We'll select from right to left. we only select from. When we're doing the stress tools, we're going to select right to left. So in this way, as we are going to stress this portion, we are going to select this portion. Then we are going to select the stress tool from here, and then we'll stress from this midpoint, and we'll stress up to here. So we have done our stress here. Okay, our stress feature has been done. Now we have to place. We can if you want to stress this side also. Okay, we want to if you want to stress this side also, we also can be done. So we have another shortcut for this also. So if we press, if we select this portion from our drawing, then press S from our keyboard. Now press space. So our stress tool has been selected. Now we can stress this one. Okay, so our stress tool has been selected. Now if we want to copy, so I'm selecting the copy tool from here, and I want to copy this object. Now I want to copy it from this center point to here. So our this features has been copied. Now if you want to copy this circle, so I'm selecting this circle, and then selecting the copy tool from here. So I'm selecting the copy tool from here and copying it to, okay, let me zoom it a little. Okay, now I'm copying it to from here to here. So this portion has been also copied. So finally, if we want to place also this one, so in the same way, similar way, we can use, okay, let's, we don't want to copy it, we will going to move it. So I'm using M from my keyboard to move the tools, move this portion. Okay, I'm placing the move tools and placing my object here. Okay, this is how we have drawn our portion. Okay, now if we again go to here, we have seen the rotation. Okay, okay, let me play another quick game. Here we can see, if we zoom it here. Okay, okay, let me go to in my AutoCAD first. Okay, here we can see this object is in a angle width. Okay, this object here is in a angle width here. Okay, so we need to make it horizontally like this way. For that we can use the rotate tool here. This is up safe for us, so I'm using the rotate tool from here, and I've selected this rotate tool from here, and it is going to say select an object. So I'm selecting this object to be rotated. Now sorry, let me again select it. So it is saying the select an object, so I'm selected this object. Now press space from your keyboard. Now it's saying specify a base point from where it to be rotated. So I'm specifying the center point from where I am going to rotate it. Okay, so I am rotating it. Okay, so I have rotated it, so it has been quite rotated. Now I have to match this height. Okay, so that there is a no gap from between them. So I'm selecting this object again. Now I'm selecting the move tool from here and selecting this lower point and dragging it to this point. Okay, uh, this way we have moved this object. Then if we talk about the mirror tools. Okay, if we actually talk about the mirror tools here. Okay, suppose that we wanted to select this portion of the drawing, and then it want to mirror it in this side. So our mirror center point will be this one. Okay, we want to mirror it along this side. So there is two features. After mirroring, we'll get, do you want to suppose, do you want to erase it or not? Okay, if you press yes, okay, then your this portion will be yes. But if you press no, so then your this portion will be in that place also. So let me show you. So I'm selecting the mirror tools from here. Okay, I'm selecting the mirror tools from here and select object. So I'm selecting all the object here. I wanted to mirror. Now I'm selecting, as I have selected the object, now I'm pressing space from my keyboard. Now I'm selecting space by the center point. So I want to mirror along this center line. So here is an erase source object. If I press yes, this object will be deleted. So I press yes, so this object has been erased. So if we show another features again, let me undo it. So I'm pressing U and pressing space, so I have undo the features. Now again I'm selecting the mirror tool from here. Okay, I'm selecting the mirror tool from here, and now I'm selected all the object that I wanted to mirror. Now I am pressing the space tool from my keyboard. Now I am going to select the mirror line, so I specify the mirror line, and now I'm pressing no. This time I have pressed no, not to erase the original object, so it hasn't erased my original object. So this way you can use the mirror tool. The other tool is scale. Okay, suppose if we see our platform, this one. Okay, uh, let me again. Okay, if we see our object in this one. Okay, this one, this circle, uh, according to this platform, this circle is quite small. Okay, we wanted to make it more uh, bigger or larger. Okay, for that we can use the scale feature here, and for that I'm selecting the scale tool from here. And we have already seen the scale tool, how to use it in when we are using the line tool. We have made a 5-unit line to a 30-unit line. So in the same way, I have selected this, in the same way I selected the scale. And let me show you again. I have selected this scale tool from here. Okay, it has saying the select an object, so I have selected this object from here, and now press space from your keyboard. Now specify base point from here, where to you want to enlarge it. So I'm selecting this base point from here. I am to enlarge it. This time now you can use the factor, how many multiplied time you can enlarge it, or you can enlarge by hovering your mouse. So I am hovering my mouse to enlarge it, so I have enlarged the drawing. So next, that comes the is trim features. Okay, how does a trim feature work? Suppose if we go back to here, we wanted to uh, suppose here we wanted to trim these two lines. Okay, then these lines and these two lines. Okay, so how we're going to use, we're going to use the trim tools from here. So I'm going to here and selecting the trim tool from here, and if I hover my mouse here. Okay, after selecting the trim tools, if I hover my mouse here, you can see it is showing a cross sign. Okay, and and if I click here, you can see the line has been disappeared. Okay, in this way you can erase the lines that you don't need. Okay, this is the function that trim tools does. Okay, now it's time for our chamfer or fillet type of tools. And for chamfer and fillet type of tools, let me draw a polyline for them. Okay, let me draw. I am drawing a polyline. Okay, I have done a polyline for chamfer and other things. Okay, suppose I will going to first show you the fillets. After selecting the fillets, it is saying select the fillets. You can see we have a radius portion. As we have selected the fillet first time, we have to specify a radius for that. So first of all, I will going to again show you that. And for first, I'm selecting the fillet from here. Okay, now it is saying the select an object. Before that, I'm going to select R. Okay, then press space, and it says specify the fillet radius. I want to do a fillet of 2 radius, so I've selected a fillet of 2 radius. Now I am going to select this line, specify first line, and specify select line. So I am selecting this line as second line. You can see the fillet has been drawn automatically, as I have previously specified the radius will be 2 unit. So in the same way, if I wanted to do a chamfer here, so let me select this rectangle for my chamfer, and for that I am selecting here, and from here I am selecting the chamfer tool from here. And in this chamfer, let me specify again what the chamfer distance will be. So in case of chamfer, you can see chamfer has distance and angles, many other features. So I am only specify the distance. You look at the angles and other things. Okay, so for that I am first need to press the distance. Okay, I'm pressing the distance from here, press D. Now space. Now I am to specify the distance, what distance I need to chamfer. So I'm specifying the I want to do chamfer to a 3 unit distance. So I'm after that I'm pressing space again. Okay, so specify the chamfer distance here and to here, here to here. Okay, so we have drawn a chamfer of 3 distance. Okay, so now as we have drawn all the other things chamfers, now it's time to talk about the arrays. Okay, let's talk about the arrays. So how the arrays work. So here if we see here a tool is called array. Array means doing the same object here continuously in between a line, or you can see along a circle line the line has been will be done. These are things that the arrays does. Okay, so I'm selecting the array tool from here. Okay, first the rectangular array. So rectangular array, you if you select an object, then press space from your keyboard, you can see a lot of rectangular array has been created. Now you can specify the how many columns you want. Suppose I want uh, 5 columns. Okay, I've given 5 and then enter. It has been a 5 columns of arrays, but I wanted to only 2 rows, so I wanted pressing 2 and press OK. So I have given only 2 rows. So this way you can draw a array like this way. Now press close array, so it has been done. So I don't want that, so I will press U, and now space. I have undone that because I want to show another feature also. The second feature we have found from our array is the path array. Okay, before doing a path array, let me draw a line. Okay, okay, I am drawing a horizontal line. Okay, I've drawn a horizontal line. You can draw a curved line, anything works. Okay, now I'm selecting the path array from here and select object. So I'm selecting this object. Now press space for my keyboard. Now specify the path curve, in which curve you want. So I want it to be in this curve. Okay, so you have seen along this line of the curve the array has been drawn. Okay, so in this way you can draw arrays like in the same way. Now I'm pressing U and undo. Now we have another types of array that is called circular array, polar array. I'm selected this polar array. I wanted to again draw this object, and now space, and I have selected have to specify the center point of array. So I have specified a center point of array of this one. Okay, so it has been a circular array along. If I zoom out, okay, if I zoom out, you can see here I have drawn a array of here. Okay, a circular array of along this circle center point. Okay, in this way you can draw a lot of array features and do a lot of repetitive work in a short time. Okay, so I am going to I am going to show another features in here, and in our another features here we have some things that is called text. Okay, and that is called, okay, what is erase does. Okay, here if we go to erase here, okay, select an object. Okay, if you select an object like this one, you can erase it. Okay, like it works like a rubber. Then we have the explode features. Okay, what does an explode features does? Suppose when I'm drawing a polygons, I've selected a polygon from here. Okay, suppose when we are drawing a polygon or on and other things, suppose we have drawn a line. So there are if we select this line, any portion of the line, the full object will be selected. But when we are going to explode this one, the object will be divided into its intersection. Okay, when we are going to explode it, the object will be intersection in each joint. Okay, let me show you for your better understanding. So I'm selecting a polyline from here and drawing a polyline of, okay, where I have drawn a polyline. Okay, so now if I hover my mouse, okay, and select this polyline, you can see the whole polyline has been selected. Okay, but if I use the explode, okay, or if you press X from your keyboard, sorry, if you press X from your keyboard, the same thing is the shortcut, the X explode. The same thing you will get here, the explode features. Okay, so I have selected this explode portion, and it's now saying select an object. So I'm selecting this object. I want to explode. Now press space or enter. So after that, this object has been exploded. For that, let me show. If I hover my mouse here, you can see I can select individually every line. So this means the explode feature has ungrouped or unjoined every point. Okay, in this way the explode features works. Now it's time for our another portion, that is called offset. So here we have an offset object. Okay, first of all, let me specify a offset of distance. Okay, let me specify offset distance of 2 units. So I'm going to specify the offset distance to 2 units first, and now let me zoom it. Okay, let me zoom it a little, and we want to select a offset of this line. Okay, if I hover my mouse up and down, okay, you can see we can draw this offset. So offset object works like this way. When you are drawing a pipe or other things, you can offset the dimension of that diameter line or other line of that pipe or anything. Okay, so we have gone through our offset. Now it's time for text. Okay, so in our text object, okay, suppose in AutoCAD you want to write something. Okay, you want to write a text or give an annotation or give a specific comment to your client or any things. That time you use the text tool here. Okay, the annotation tool here. And how does it works? So I'm going to select the text tool from here and specify a box. Okay, I have specified. Okay, let me select a text tool format and specify a box here, and it will show that tell me to enter a something. Okay, let me enter. Okay, let me write AutoCAD on it. Okay, so I am writing the AutoCAD on it. Okay, where I have written a text here. Now pressing anywhere in my drawing, but we have drawn the text, but this text is so small that we cannot see it. So how we can scale or enlarge it? Or this time we won't use the escape feature because text has its uh, own feature to be scaled. So I'm zooming it here. Now click on it. Okay, after that you see there a lot of function has been opened. Now I'm selecting all the text here. Now you can see we have a scale to text height here. So here I am making this height 0.2 to 1 unit. Okay, now zoom out and press outside here. Now you can see the text is quite larger than before. Okay, in this way you can enlarge it. Okay, if you wanted to draw it in like you want to show it more brighter, lighter, you want to scale it more. So suppose we scale it to 5 units. Okay, so we have scaled it to 5 units. Okay, so this portion has been done. So we have drawn our text here. So next our portion is the layers. Okay, suppose we have drawn this text and all the things. Suppose we select a line, then right click on it. Suppose we have select a line and right click on it and select similar. You can see this kind of text has been drawn by line tools. Okay, then if we select this again, if we select this hatch, suppose we have selected this X. Now right click on it. Now select similar. You can see all the similar things that has been selected, like this curve and all the things. So sometimes we need to select a certain layer, or you need to specify if the layers that we want to hide and work with. So that time we use the layer features to identify and differentiate each layer from another. Suppose you are drawing hatch in one layer, and then drawing your normal length in another drawing. You are putting all the furniture in another layer, so that one layer doesn't overlap with another one, so that we can hide and unhide one layer another, and we can work on the other portion. So now how to create a layer? So I'm going to select the layer properties. Okay, here we're going to use the layer properties. Okay, so I'm selecting the layer properties from here, and here after selecting this layer properties, you will see that there will be a dialog box pop up, and if we select this portion, okay, it is called new layer. We can create a new layer by clicking. Now create a layer of text. Okay, so I'm selecting the text from here, so it will now press enter, so it will create a layer of text. Now I want this layer to be in another color, so I'm selecting this color code, and I'm selecting the red tool from here. Now press OK. So our layer will be red, and I wanted this layer to be active, so I'm double clicking on this layer, and this layer is now active layer. Okay, now we have a tick chain here. Okay, so if we select this our AutoCAD portion, it is situated in 0 layer, but we wanted wanted it to be in text layer. So I have to do selecting this AutoCAD. Okay, then from here I'm making it to text layer, so it has become now text layer. Okay, you have got it. Suppose that your layer is same. Okay, layer is same. Suppose let me say that let me say that you wanted another portion to be in text layer. Okay, so how will you gonna do that? For that I'm selecting a, suppose I wanted to do this circle to be, I wanted this circle to be in text layer. Okay, for that I'm going to first select this circle. Okay, I'm going to first select this circle. Okay, I've selected this circle, then use the match layer. Okay, then use the match layer function here, and select object or destination layer. So I want to make this final layer, so I've selected this final layer. Okay, let me show you again. Let me undo it. Okay, so here I wanted to make this circle in the text layer. Okay, for that I'm going to first select this circle, then use the match layer option, then I'm going to select my destination layer. Okay, so I'm selecting first of all my object. Okay, then I want to match the layer of this text layer. Okay, just quite easy. Okay, in this way you can change the layer as you want. Okay, then another thing is if we wanted that is we can suppose we want to hide one or two object that is in another layer. Suppose we only wanted to do there is a lot of chaos, a lot of drawing here. We just only want to work with our text layer. We don't want to show another type of object. By selecting each layer or other things is quite cumbersome, so I'm selecting the freeze from here, and I wanted to freeze the object of this layer, so I'm selecting this object. So all the object that is related to this layer has been hidden. So when you have a lot of layer, you don't have to go and pick the layer individually from here. Okay, you just only can select an object from here and you can freeze that layer. So when you wanted to see all the layer again, you can only press the show all layer option, so then you will again select all the layer back. Okay, so that was our layer portion. Okay, let's if we talk about some of the things matching layer portion. Suppose as both this one and this one both are from text layer, you wanted that this circle or this text to be into blue color. Okay, but you want this text to be in text portion, so I have selected this text, and from here I don't want it to be layer by color. I want it to be another color, so I have selected the cyan color, so it has changed the color. Okay, but it is in the, you can see it's in the text layer, but I have changed the color of this text. Okay, In this way you can change the one of the two of the things of in the layer. Okay, then finally we'll talk about the blocks. What a block does. Suppose when you are doing AutoCAD things, okay, suppose you have an object. Okay, suppose you have an object and you don't want it this object to be changed, or you are repeatedly using this object here, like chair, table, and other things, and all of the furniture decorator in your AutoCAD drawing, and all the machines you are using, electrical equipment machine. So those kind of things are like blocks, electrical machines and all the things that are you using in the AutoCAD. Those the things you don't want it to change along. So that kind of things are used as a block. So as they are used as a block, so how does a block is made and how we're going to use that kind of block? So we will go through this portion. So let me draw a block. Okay, so I'm selecting the by layer color too. Okay, I'm selecting by layer color. Okay, let's select a green color. I think it will look great. Okay, let's draw. I'm selecting the polyline. Okay, let's select the polyline and draw a things. Okay, so we have drawn this one. Okay, suppose we have drawn this object and we want this object we have drawn this object and we want this object to be a block. Okay, so how we're going to use make it this block? If you use B in our keyboard, okay, then we can access all the features, and we can make a block and use this block in our further use in future. Okay, so for that I am selecting this block, selecting this object that I want to make it block. Now pressing B from my keyboard and it is saying the block first option, so I'm selecting space. And now as it hasn't been a block, so we have to specify a name for this block. So I'm specifying this as a we can give it a name. Okay, suppose let's give a name of a table. Okay, if we see a top view, let's give a name of table. Okay, and there is a lot of option to be select from. If you go through that, you will get to all the option. So we have making our block. So this is our block, table block. Okay, so now we want to insert this block again. So how will we're going to insert it? So I'm going to my this block features from here. Now insert, and now go to favorite recent block or from libraries. Block from libraries, you can select a block from your AutoCAD libraries. Okay, uh, you can or you can access your own made block from your favorite block or recent block. As I've created a recent block, so I'm going to recent blocks, and from that I am going to select this block. So I've selected this block and hovering it and placing it here. Okay, let me zoom out a little. Okay, you can see let me again show. Okay, I'm placing here and hovering and placing my block here. Okay, in this way you can see you can insert your block like table and other things in your AutoCAD. Then if you wanted to edit this block, as they are the common features for all the things, if we change one of the block, all the block will be changed. So I am just double clicking of one of the block. After double clicking one of the block, the a tab will be hover up. Now you can select table. Now press OK. So after that you can change the block things. Suppose we want a lot of more lines, like I am selecting the line tool from here. If we select the line tool, okay, so I'm selecting the line tool from here. Okay, I want to draw a lot of line, zigzag line in here. Okay, I want to draw more zigzag line. Okay, and then press close block editor. Now save change to the table, and this time you can see all the portion in the other block also has been changed. So this way we can use the block features in our AutoCAD, so that we can later use all the blocks and that's are needed. So there these are the things, and there are another things like measurement. Like you want to, it's quite work like the dimension tool. Like you want to measure from one point to another, the distance and other things, and this kind of things. Okay, you can do with measure tools. And you can see all of things like insert, and from insert tools, suppose you wanted to insert a PDF or another file, or input another file, you can input from here, and many other things. Okay, and you can use also create block from here, also use dimension from here, and all the feature you will get here. So you can see a lot of things from here. And there is we have gone through all the basic from here. I think that's enough for today. So I hope that you have enjoyed the session, and thank you for watching till the end.
Thanks for watching, and keep learning. Be different.